All right. Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, January 16th, 2025. Welcome to the Northeast Podcast, powered by Old City Sports Network. Tonight, we're going to go just a bit outside of our normal draft style and make selections of our favorite elements from around the movie world. Hopefully, we get more than one goddamn hit.
You can't say that.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway. All good and fun here on the Northeast Philly podcast tonight. Gentlemen, good evening to you on this somber movie and sports day. We lost a great one that was in both entertainment and the baseball world today. Mr. Harry Doyle himself passed away.
Mr. Baseball, right? Former Philly. I know we do the Hall of Fame podcast, so I guess that's apropos to talk about. Yeah, former Philly. That's
Long time Milwaukee Brewers broadcaster, Bob Euchre. I lost the page where it told me how old he was, but I know he was like
90.
80 something. 90?
He's 90.
Okay.
He was 90.
90. Yeah, good. It was great life, great around baseball, great for it, and all that other stuff. Definitely should be I'd be heartbroken to find out anything ever came out about him. Right, that would suck. But from all accounts, he seemed like a really great guy. Everyone says beautiful things about him. So sorry for that, but hopefully
he's Harry Kaus to us as he is to what he is to the Brewers.
Yeah. Agreed. The Brewers looked at him the way we look at Harry Kaus.
Yeah.
But baseball fans in general, and movie fans, if you enjoyed the Major League movies, you knew Bob Euchre's playing Harry Doyle. I know he was in a TV show from 85 to 90 and stuff like that, and he's had other stuff, but nothing was as iconic as the way he played Harry Doyle. So
man, don't you besmirch Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. If you're listening, if you're joining us after the show and catching us on a recording, you can just type your comments down below about some of our picks that we'll be doing tonight. We are drafting with a little special caveat, no backups. It is what it is. If we have the same one, we're just going to be sharing the same player, and if we're playing against each other one day, we know the best player is going to be out on the field playing for both of us.
Yep.
That being said, gentlemen, this was actually one of the other assignments we've had have been kind of easy. I'm having a really hard time. So the categories, just to refresh, we left off. We have the best villain, the best hero, the best coward, the best sidekick, the best theme song, and the best twist in movies. So this could be any movie. It doesn't really matter. There's no limitation here. That's any era, anything. It doesn't. Niche, popular, we're not judging, but if your pick sucks,
we're judging.
definitely judging. So
we're definitely judging, and
what we do.
Right. Listen, grow up. If we don't judge, we are not a judge-free zone.
No. We judge more than RBG.
All
right.
You're stupid. So,
but we judge.
We had to get completely silent, dead air for that.
Let's start out with the I guess what would be the supporting categories when we're going to do. Let's start out with best sidekick and best coward. Let's go best sidekick first. Let's just go supporting actor kind of like category. And this could be the best sidekick in any capacity to you. Didn't have to be the sidekick to the hero. It could have been to the villain. It could have just been a side character. It didn't really matter. We're gonna go with best sidekick from a film Chris, I think you were up first. Is that what it was?
I am up first. I'm a little
Okay.
disappointed because I thought we were going to do villains, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I like my sidekick character.
Okay.
So my sidekick character has been in at least 7 of these films.
Oh Christ!
Jesus.
At least 7.
I know what it is.
Go ahead.
It's fine. I had it
Robert
here.
Duck.
I crossed it off. It's fine. I had them, and I said, you know what? That's a low hanging fruit. I'm not picking it, and that's okay that you picked it. Do you want me to say what I have? I mean, I know what it is.
Say what you have.
You're picking Chewbacca.
Absolutely.
I know. It's crossed out here. I had it.
Actually, he's in at least 8 of them.
8.
I forgot he was in Solo.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in the other prequels or whatever they were. I know he was in the last one, Order 66.
I know Chewbacca's a great pick. I'm not knocking it. Like I said, I had it and I crossed it out. I felt like that was a low hanging fruit for me. So I'm going to you got it. Congratulations. Definitely a good pickup. I would definitely want Chewbacca as my wingman. Peter Mayhew, right? That guy. What a hell of an actor that dude was there.
I thought you were going to segue.
Who do you got for best sidekick?
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep during that Star Trek conversation.
I'll stab you. I hope you step on a Lego. I hope your lights go out right now. You get up and step on a Lego.
I cleaned all them bitches up, so I can't.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
Yeah.
Look, you're getting judged and you haven't even made your pick yet.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably gonna get judged when I get done. So.
Oh Jesus Christ! If it's not Sinbad,
it's not. He's a lovable screw up. Gets all jokes made on him throughout the entire movie. It's Tommy from Snatched.
It's a good pick. That's a little niche for some people, I think.
It is.
That's definitely a 90s kind of cultish film.
2000.
Never seen it.
It's not bad. It's definitely, the guy who did Train Spotting, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
2 Lock, Stock, Smoking Barrels. That's all Madonna's ex-husband, Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, that's it. Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Not bad.
He was just a fun character. I just, and the way Statham's character picked on him, it was just great. So.
Not bad. I'm picking, and this is just going to be, I think this might be niche too, which is fine, I think, right? I'm picking Randall from Clerks. Dude kills it with the one-liners. But he is, he's a pain in the ass as a sidekick, but he is the ultimate wingman in almost every situation. And he's not wrong, right? He's an asshole, but he's not wrong. So I picked Randall from Clerks. The wingman.
That's a great pick. That's actually a really good pick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As much as I would sit there and say, for me, that's probably the number one pick that you can get out of these 3. That's number 1. Mine's number 2, and JV's obviously JV.
Yeah, if there was
just because I've never seen it, that's the only reason why.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. We said it could be niche though. What are we doing? Don't do that. Yeah, no, that's not that great.
We're judging.
All right. Let's go to best coward, right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. I guess are we going to go reverse or what are we doing? Is it me?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go reverse.
Okay, that's great. I'm going to go. So this character is. You may not be thinking about him as kind of like a character. He doesn't drive the plot. Okay, I don't want anyone to think that I am saying he is very important to this movie, but Simon from True Lies, that's Bill Paxton's character, when he finally kind of gets called out on his little shenanigans. He's the car
agent.
salesman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's just crying. I think he pees himself.
Twice.
He
Pees
tells him,
himself twice.
"I got a small dick." It's just he's crying, and it's one of those ones that every time I see him, I'm like, oh man, he played that perfectly. Like he went from being like smarmy to just in the face of true terror, he became exactly who he was. What do you got, JV?
All right. So mine was a little bit, again, like yours, doesn't really drive the story. He's just kind of a character that's there. He, it is a cartoon character, an animated character, but the guy that does his voice, I forget his name. I didn't look it up. But even as a live action actor, this guy, like, it's the sniveling character that he plays all the time, and it's great. So my coward is the Duke of Wesselton from Frozen. You had to look that up, didn't you? Thanks.
Is that the dude with
It's Alan Tudyk. It's Alan Tudyk.
I was just about to say that's
Yeah.
the guy. Is that the guy with the beard with the swirly mustaches?
Swirly mustache, yes.
Yeah,
he
that's
was like
Alan
the
Tudyk. Yeah, I was
scrawny
about to
one
say.
that like
He's the
I mean-
pirate in Dodgeball.
Oh, he's more,
Yeah.
dude. He's everything.
But he's more-
Wash in Serenity.
He was in
he had that
V,
TV
the
show,
remake.
Resident Alien. He does the voice for a million DC
Marvel.
characters.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk is great. But yeah, he was Steve the Pirate, but in Dodgeball. I love him. I just call him Wash because his name's
Peter.
his name Wash in Serenity. That was a great sci-fi show. Oh, good pick. That's actually a good pick. Good
Thank you.
coward. Yep.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
All right.
All right. Get Fuzz.
Well, you know what's
have...
not stupid? SeatGeek.com.
Not stupid.
Go and download the app. Use the promo code Old City Sports Network. Get $20 off your first purchase. Good luck trying to get Eagles tickets, but you could save $20 on them. Or you could go to the ballet or something. I don't know. All the events that are on SeatGeek. Again, SeatGeek.com. Promo code Old City Sports Network to get $20 off your first purchase. Fuzz, who's your coward?
My coward is from the 1986 James Cameron classic, starring Sigourney Weaver and Paul Reiser. Carter Burke.
Alien.
Aliens.
What's the actress's name?
Sigourney Weaver.
That's not what you said. You said Weaver.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know who Ner is.
He was he played that, that's the guy that you rooted for to get killed by the alien in the one scene when you're like, yes, they got him.
He's like the lawyer from Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
Kind of character. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the lawyer was just a comic scene. I didn't think, but the way the lawyer died was phenomenal. But
it was awesome.
No one really rooted for the lawyer to die. I mean, granted,
but nobody cared either.
Yeah, but nobody cared. But like Paul Reiser was like, yes, oh, that was fucking great. I'm so glad they got him.
That's a good pick, man. Unfortunately, out of all those three, Simon from True Lies, and I'm gonna go actually with Jeremy's. That's a really good Alan Tudyk. That was a really good. He was a weasel, man.
He's from Weaseltown.
Yeah. That was that was a good one, man. All right, damn, I hate giving this to you. Shit.
Okay, we'll put it on waivers.
It's a spot where I flourish. The coward.
All right, we've got. Let's go. All right. We're down to 4. We're just short show tonight. We're just doing I guess like a 40-minute kind of go through. We have best theme song. So you won that, JV. You can pick the next one. You got best theme song or the best twist in a movie.
Let's go with just because I know I'm gonna lose this one because I don't even love it, but it is what it is. We'll go with the best twist.
Best twist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna
Any
lose
M.
it.
Night
It's like, why even
Shyamalan
bother?
movie.
Yeah, why even
Yeah.
bother trying? Well, Jesus Christ, kids, stay in school.
So I mean, my twist is kind of it's a softball toss up. I mean, some people claim that they saw it coming the whole time and they knew it, and other people didn't.
Kaiser
Mine
Soze.
was mine was the dead guy in Saw laying in the middle of the floor. I honestly like when they did the recap, that's when I really saw it. And then I went back and I watched looking for extra clues that they didn't show as part of their little recap. But I mean, it was one of the first big twists that I remember in a movie that it wasn't exactly out there, but it was, after you watch it a few times, you see it easily.
It was good. I loved it. I thought it was, it doesn't matter whether he was lying there or not, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it was just like, oh, snap, that's pretty fucked up. That was a while, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, he's got to definitely have a problem with, like, his neck. He probably has cancer. So,
I hate you.
like, I think that was like one of those it was cool twist. I don't know if it was like necessary twist, but okay. All right. Not bad. It was definitely got me. I definitely wasn't like I saw that. I wasn't like
Do you think that was one of the ones where the cool thing was to say you saw it coming? You know what I mean? Like the downplay the movie.
I get. I don't know. Does that make people
Yeah,
cool
the
saying
hipster-
like I saw that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
just-
hipster
and-
move.
Yeah, and just like
Quarterback.
everybody saw the Eagles winning the Super Bowl and Nick Foles going on a legendary run in 2017 and 2018.
I saw
Shut
that.
up. No one
saw that
saw
coming.
that shit
I saw
coming.
that
I'll
coming.
fight you right now.
You sound like a chipmunk. I love it.
I love when he sounds like a chipmunk, and he said, "I'll fight you right now."
I know.
That was
I'll
great.
fight you right now. Fight you.
This is what happens when you steal the Wi-Fi from Starbucks, dude. You don't get the best. You don't get the best interwebs.
I haven't done anything, so it is what it is. I sound like a chipmunk. I sound like a chipmunk.
I love it, actually. Personally,
yeah.
I think it's great. Do you want to give us your best twist, or what do you want to do here?
You can go.
All right. The best twist that I have, just because the twist itself, it did two kind of things. I do not believe it was ever planned. It was just something that just ultimately came about, and it forever kind of changed the entire franchise. And that would be Luke finds out Darth Vader is his father. The entire everything that comes after that is predicated on that concept. So it's a real. So I just want everyone to be aware. The Skywalkers are like the rednecks of space. I don't want anyone to think that they are classy family. They are trash. They cause problems wherever they go. They're kissing each other and they're related. They are just, but
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. But they're like the space trash family, who just happen to also be important. I think that all that being, put out there, I think it was one of the best twists. Like I think when I saw it God, I must have been like 5 or so when the first time I saw Empire, and it like blew my mind. 5 or 6, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no way. And then they put on Jedi. I didn't have to wait. I waited a matter of like a day and watched the next one. People had to wait 3 years to get confirmation. Yeah, what we just said, that was true. Yeah, it's totally his dad. People are like, no, that's a lie. Why would that even be a thing? What?
Right. They had to wait for Yoda to tell him, and then Yoda dies.
True. Yeah.
Like, what just
Wait.
happened here?
Yoda dies.
Spoilers. Jesus Christ. We're talking
Okay.
like we're
No,
we
I was
try to
asking.
we're talking twist and you're spoiling. Don't tell people about Yoda. What is wrong with you?
I was asking because I didn't know.
So
So do you think George Lucas,
at
like,
900 years old, you
so you think like George Lucas like sat around his neighborhood and was like, oh, look at this inbred family. I'm gonna write a movie about them.
what would have been awesome if you would have segued about George Lucas's beard into
Oh.
our beard oil.
Yeah, warlordbeardoil.com. Go to warlordbeardoil.com and use the promo code Old Sports to get 15% off your beard oils, wash, soaps, and so much more. And if you spend $75 or more, you'll get free shipping. Free shipping is always good. Again, $75 or more on warlordbeardoil.com will get you free shipping. Use the promo code Old Sports to get 15% off.
A funny thing is if you're like we already have stuff that we had purchased before we joined Old City Sports. But if there's anybody out there with dogs, they have stuff for dogs, which is kind of cool.
There you go. You think it would work on your cats?
No,
I
don't know.
Since you found out one's not a girl.
Yeah. So
That happened. We did that first. You guys are copycats. I had a cat like 20 years ago that I found out. They're like, and we got it from the shelter. They're like, yeah, take this girl, or take this. What was it? It was a girl. Yeah, take this boy. Take this boy. He's great. And we
isn't
got
that where
this.
Jenny found you at the shelter?
Yeah, that's fine. What's your best twist, sir?
My best twist is the 2000 psychological thriller that makes you go, what? And that would be the movie starring John Cusack, Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, Identity.
Yeah, there was a lot of twists in that
There
whole
was a lot
thing.
of twists, but no one saw the ending. Like, no one saw it.
Yeah.
Unless it was a remake, or not a remake, but it was inspired by Agatha Christie. And then there were none that she wrote. So it's a really good movie. It's really freaky. Like, and just some of the way, like the one guy died by having his bat shoved down his throat. Like, that's phenomenal. I think that was Jake Busey. I think he was the.
I think he was the bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie got me because the first twist, and it took a little while to see, was that again, spoilers. Everybody was one of his personalities, and it didn't click right away that the scene you saw with all these people in this town were inside of the criminal's head, and caused them to be the way he was. And then the ending on who the winning personality was just crazy.
Timmy. It was Timmy.
Yeah, I would not have expected it.
No one expected a little child to be evil. Stop. I've been teaching for 25 years. I saw it coming.
The good brother.
Let's see. What do we got here? All right, cool. Identity, Darth Vader, and you had
Saw.
Do we have a winner?
Yeah, it's Identity.
Yeah,
Right.
I would have to go with Identity.
All right, sounds like you guys have a winner. Identity. Nice. So that leaves the three: best theme song, best villain, best hero. Let's go best theme song, then best villain, best hero, or do we want to be chaotic?
We'll do best theme song.
All right. That goes to you, sir.
So now, this is any song in the movie, right? Because I just want to make sure that with that, because I don't know, because I was stuck between two songs, and The original song was our opening, but he can go to hell. So for me, I love the song. I actually love the soundtrack. It's a ridiculous movie. And Renee Zellweger, excuse my French, she actually sings in the movie. She sings Sugar High from Empire Records. And that's one of my favorite movies. Like, that's a cult classic. Like, if we ever did a cult classic for each decade, that to me, that's probably number one in the 90s.
Oh,
But
yeah.
just the way, like, I just like the music, and it's like the music that I grew up on. I could have went with a couple Goo Goo Dolls songs from Twister, because that's when I started liking Goo Goo Dolls. Was from Twister,
And
but
then
no, but that for me, I know it's probably going to be ranked third out of this list, and I'm okay with it. But it's when I think of Empire Records, that's what I think of, and I wasn't picking,
Sugar
if she
High,
would've
dude. You got it. It's yours.
Yep. And
Yeah.
the song is originally sung by Coyote Shivers. I get extra points for knowing that without Googling it.
All right.
sure.
Extra
I tried.
points. You got pick 2, JV.
All right. Again, another one that's just a little bit of a softball, but I enjoy it. It makes you sit there and you sing along with it every time you hear it. You Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story.
Jesus Christ.
You got a friend in me. That's Randy Newman, right?
Yeah.
Randy Newman.
Something about his songs are catchy. I mean, I guess that's why he's so successful, is that he's able to just stay catchy with it and they stick in your head. They're earworms. So,
Yeah.
I highly disagree with you.
sure.
You don't
okay.
you don't like it.
No, I don't like that pick.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
it's a good pick. I just don't like it.
I
What do you
was
feel
gonna
about beef
go-
jerky? How do you feel about beef? How do you feel about beef jerky, Fuzz? Check out
Eh.
righteousfelon.com. Use the promo code OCSN to get 15% off your beef jerky. And if you spend over $50 on beef jerky, you get it shipped to you for free. Again, righteousfelon.com. Use our code OCSN to get 15% off your beef jerky.
I love it. My pick for best theme song, I'm just gonna go straight out there with it, just because it was so impressionable on me.
Star
You
Wars theme
hear
song?
it, no, right? So I could have gone with Star Wars. I could have gone with anything John Williams. I could have gone anything Ennio Morricone, any good bit. Wah, wah, wah.
You might as well be Enigma.
Him. I could have gone with that because all of his stuff is really dope. I actually just went with Danny Elfman's violins, strings, and horns for Batman theme. That Batman theme with the just the building, dun 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 dun, like that is, I think it was one of those, you need to have a badass theme for a superhero. Now, I know John Williams did it for Superman, and it's iconic. I just think the Batman theme was one of those that Danny Elfman's just a masterpiece. So that's what I went with.
Yeah, I mean
like it.
that's a good pick. I mean, you sit there and you think of like that theme, and then Prince is on that soundtrack, and you're like, eh. And then Prince's songs were really good on that soundtrack. Like, so it's a good instrumental stuff. Because listen, I'm all about instrumentals. I like all that stuff. Like I know it was like Between Streets of Philadelphia for me, Sugar High, and even the theme to Jurassic Park, which I still love to this day. It still holds up 33 years later, right?
Still one of my
years.
favorite memories as a kid was when Batman finally came out on HBO, and it was like the feature of HBO, and you had
Saturday
the
night.
theme with the movie with the camera flying through the town and comes up, and then it goes right into the theme of Batman. It's like this is iconic movie stuff right here.
I got my dad to buy that for me on VHS the second it came out. We waited for it. We were at the store. Yeah, that was so cool. I loved it. Great movie. Great. That's when the camera pans through the bat symbol, like it's going through it like a cannon, and you don't even know what it is at first. You think it's Gotham. You're not sure. You didn't know what to expect. You just knew it was going to be darker Batman, and just that theme set the tone for what we were about to get, and it's been iconic for over 30 years now.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick honorable mention, and it's gonna make Jeremy very happy.
Okay.
Because as much as I hate it, because it's Notre Dame, I do like Jerry Goldsmith's Rudy theme, the instrumental. I do like it. Not gonna lie, I do like it. I know.
Yeah,
and we all know Rudy was offsides, but I do like that instrumental.
Nothing about that movie makes sense.
None of it. I mean, the whole jersey dropping it on the coaches, that's never happened, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, there's a lot of things that don't happen in movies when they're based on a true story. Doesn't mean it told the true story, it just based it. So
Jingle All the Way is a more believable fictional story, a non-fictional story than Rudy.
All right. Keep telling yourself that.
All right. Moving ourselves. Let's go into...
You just managed to hit him twice without hitting him.
Let's go into Best Hero. We're going to end it on Best Villain because why the F not? Best Hero. Who won that? That category?
I would have to say you did.
Okay.
Batman.
All right, so I'll start out. Actually, names already been dropped in this, the movie franchise and the name. Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley, Aliens. And I'll tell you when she became Aliens, apostrophe S, right? Or I mean, S, plural, second one. Her going in for that kid with no shot in hell, with just two guns ablazing, knowing damn well you're going into a den of death, and going after that kid Newt that it's not even your kid, you know nothing, you just you got to handle business. Super altruistic, very cool, best hero for me ever.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
JB, I'll let you go.
All right. Well, before I go, we got to let you know about ironsteelthreads.com. Go on there and use promo code OLDCITY10. That's OLDE City 10 to get 10% off all kinds of hockey related t-shirts and sweatshirts and things like that. And a portion of your proceeds are going to go to youth hockey organizations in the area. So help grow the game of hockey. We need more Americans playing hockey. So check out ironsteelthreads.com. Use the code OLDCITY10 for 10% off. So my hero, I'm just going to say it. It's Mr. Lewis Stevens from Only the Strong. He inspired a group of kids in the inner city Miami. They stood up for him against the gangs, the Brazilian gangs. So, and he won. At the end, he won. That's a hero.
Banana way, banana way. I know you do this all the time with Sandy, but I'm doing it for you.
You're so stupid.
Listen, I know we talked about it. Doesn't mean you had to bring it up, Jeremy. Jesus
I had to find some way to get this movie in one of our lists.
You're so stupid.
I didn't think we'd ever do a B-rated films. So I
thought maybe we
somewhere.
actually, that would have been way better. I would have let you have gone in that way. You wasted it on the best hero ever.
Yeah.
You were better off using Tommy from Best of the Best than you were using whoever you just used. I just forgot who you used.
Louis
He was
Stevens.
better off using Lenny at this point.
I don't know how I topped that. So my hero,
You're so stupid.
You topped that
He's-
with using that movie.
and I don't know if you could consider him a hero. I mean, for me, he is. And listen, I look at it like this is how badass this guy is. My grandmother watches all his movies, and it is John Wick. Like it is John Wick for me. Like, you know, that scene with John Leguizamo, I'm sure I mispronounced his name, and the kid's dad, and he's like, "Well, sir, they killed John Wick's dog and stole his car." I'm sorry, you can't say it.
Oh.
That's when you were like, you're watching and you're like, you got goosebumps. You're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
The minute
What?
he said, "Oh," to that, well, sir, they killed John Wick's dog and stole his car. And then he went, "Oh." And then from that point forward, you knew what that movie was going to be about.
Oh, it was curtains.
Yep. I didn't know what it was until then. People are like, I let it go, I think, for maybe a year. Before I watched it, and I saw like maybe on Reddit. We're talking like obviously that's what it came out
I think
10
it came
years
out
ago?
2013.
Yeah. So it came out over 10 years ago. So I didn't see it till like 2014, and I knew people were talking about it. I was like, oh, geez. I was like, I don't know. I don't need to see an action, I guess, whatever. But they kind of like, whatever, they wrapped it up. And all right, I'll give it to you, man. That's pretty good. It's pretty damn
And listen,
good.
I think it's like, and like, for some reason, like Melissa's 85-year-old grandmother loves all the John Wick movies. Like she goes out of her way to watch them. What? Like that's bananas.
It's just the fucking dog. Right? Yeah, I'm beginning to think I'm back in. Good lines. All right, very good. It was a revenge story. I don't know if he's a hero. I think he's just maybe an anti-hero for sure. But okay, all right, I'll give it to you. Yeah, that goes to you. So you get to kick us off for best villain round.
So, I thought about this a lot. I really didn't. It's Hans Gruber. There's no like that dude was ruthless. He didn't care. You know, he was like, "Well, you'll just have to kill me then." Okay, and then shoots the dude, and you're like, like I'm 10 years old going. I think I was 11 because I watched it on VHS. I was like, "You just shot that dude for no reason." He said you have to kill him, and he said, "Okay." Just what?
There was a reason. Stop it. Like you're saying he was evil to be evil. No, he was greedy.
He was greedy.
He was greedy. He was going after money and he didn't care. And if that's what he needed to do to get that money, that's what he needed to do. Was he a good villain in that sense? Sure. But his motivation was absolutely greed at the end of the day. Was he methodical?
Right.
Sure.
And he was such a great villain that they had to introduce his brother. I think you brought it up on one of our podcasts, or we were talking about it backstage one time. You know, that they had to include his brother because that's how great of a villain he was. 8 years later, they bring his brother in Die Hard 3.
Star Wars did it too. They actually, but Star Wars is Star Wars, so they actually brought back Darth Maul, but then they brought back his brother in. Same thing, right? And then instantly had him killed by the Emperor because, like, let's be honest. Like, anyway. All right, not bad. JV.
That's a spoiler alert.
JV, best villain.
If you say the Fratellis from the Goonies, I'm just leaving now.
Now, mine is pretty damn evil, and he doesn't realize it. And people kind of just blew him off because he wasn't a major character in this movie, but he tried to get him to sell the farm. He was trying to get him to move. Didn't think the main character was good enough for his sister. And then he throws a child off the bleachers and causes her to choke on a hot dog.
Oh my God.
It's the brother from Field of Dreams named Mark. He ruined Moonlight Graham's chance to play baseball because he threw the little girl off the bleachers. When you throw a child, you're evil. You need to be done.
I can't take Field of Dreams seriously as a movie, to be honest with you. I can't.
Well, that's because you
That's
never
fine.
had to catch. You never had to catch with your dad.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I feel like that really
Wow.
hit close to home, actually. I don't think you realize how true that is.
I do realize it because we talked about it. That's how I know. I didn't just bring this up out of the.
We got
No, Rich, I'm pretty sure that's.
Johnson checking in with Rudy is actually correction the best villain.
I don't know. Jerry
Um,
Sandusky's up there with him.
Hans
my
Gruber
God.
shot the glass. He did. Yeah, that's right. Shoot the glass. Shoot the
But yeah,
glass.
no, I don't know. I don't know which podcast it was that we were talking about, but I remember your dad being on, and we were talking about having a catch at the end of Field of Dreams, and you were like, "Oh, my dad never to catch one," and then your dad jumped in and was like, "You never wanted to have a catch with me." Like it was like a whole thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I brought it up. I didn't just pull that
Like
out
a
of
Jerry
the air.
Springer episode.
Yeah, no. Then he forgot that by the time like I wanted to have a catch, he had already had like several back surgery. My dad was in no condition to catch. He couldn't. My dad couldn't even catch a cold. Here we go. Best villains. So you once again, Jeremy. If you're not gonna take this shit seriously, don't bother next week. Okay? You're so stupid. You're so stupid. Field of Dreams.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we call him JV.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna actually cheat here. I'm gonna like count. I'm gonna say I was gonna go with any one of these three dudes, and then I ended up not going with them because I'm gonna go with it's a cheesy pick, I think, actually, but I will go with it. I was gonna originally go with any one of these three. Calvin Candy from Django Unchained, Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards, or Zed from Pulp Fiction. All Tarantino villains. I think he writes villains amazing. So, and then I had like one from the Hateful Eight, and then I had that quickly. I was like, maybe I just like really evil bastards that Tarantino writes, and they're not the best villains. I just like the way Tarantino writes villains. Then I went and I really thought what about a villain was, and here we go. If we are only counting movies, only movies. It has to be Loki. Okay. The god. So he's a god. He is super powered and he is a complete shitheel. Like to the point where, what's he do? He tries to repeatedly murder his brother. Tries to overthrow his entire realm, his entire planet, sabotage them. Then tries to go to another planet realm and then subjugate them. Leads to his father getting murdered. Leads to probably his mom getting murdered to some degree. Tries to kill his brother again. Finally realizes at some point that he should be good. And when he does change, his neck is immediately snapped. Never gets to really do a good thing. Yeah, he's pretty bad. Like he's just no redeeming qualities about him whatsoever.
But did he throw a child off the bleachers?
Let's see. He stabbed a dude's eye out with a pokey thing. Versus throwing a child off of bleachers. I don't know. Let's ask levels of depth here. Did the child deserve it?
All she was doing was saying, "People will come, Dad. People will come."
Was she whining?
No.
I don't feel like I'm getting the whole story here.
Yeah.
I got a better villain for you, Jeremy. You would have been better off picking Rose.
Because she wouldn't move her fat ass over off the door.
Everyone.
I don't even care about it. First off, it was never let go. Then she let go. Then she had a gazillion-dollar thing after Bill Paxton spent all that time looking for it, and then she dropped it into the ocean. Nah, bruh. You're going over it. Go get that shit.
So Everyone says that. Like, I've rewatched it. The door was waterlogged. There's no way that was going to support both of their weights. Look, the minute one got on and the other tried to get on, whatever. It's you're all acting like you would have all this energy in like 30-degree, 20-degree water. You wouldn't have that kind of energy. You don't have that energy in a pool to be able to get your ass up on a goddamn wooden door. Neither one of you, okay? Look at you. Look at the way the two of you are built. I'm not acting or pretending that I would be able to get up on there, but you two certainly are not going to blame Rose for in frigid water trying to get on a piece of crap wood door. Now, let's talk about her throwing that goddamn necklace over. Okay. Like that. That was now. I think her family got the insurance money, and they lived very wealthy lives off of that being insured and da. So it's not like she could just be like, "Oh, here's the."
She didn't get any of that money
Nobody knew
because
about
she
it.
changed her name when they got back to New York. She used Jack's last name, so she completely bailed on her family, on her fiance.
Right.
She's a pretty good villain. I'll give you that.
Not a villain. She's just like, what are we doing?
I got a better villain for you to debate. Grandpa Charlie.
What a son of a bitch. What a son of a bitch.
Didn't even hesitate. You didn't even hesitate.
Like, are we not kidding? Like, the minute the guy hears the word chocolate, the son of a bitch is out of bed and doing a jig. But meanwhile, he couldn't. Where have you been at? Have you seen your daughter? Was it his daughter? His own daughter working like a dog?
I don't know if both sets of grandparents were in there, so I'm not sure whose were who.
It doesn't matter. You're a piece
Right.
of shit, Grandpa Joe. Like,
And his old ass was farting up a storm in there too, under those blankets.
he got right up. You didn't say one thing. The minute the ticket won, dude, it was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
You can't
Tiny
hear
Tim
her
can walk
singing this
again.
most depressing song in the backyard. She's literally crying. You're feeding the kid cabbage. Your sock water or something. What do we do? What? And all of a sudden, you hear the word chocolate, and
Dude turned into Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton. Grandpa Joe, you piece of crap.
I don't know if anybody can top those honorable mentions, but go ahead.
You got a segue for Grandpa Joe being no, there we go.
He was probably dancing on a deck, dancing on some siding on the roof. After he saw the chocolate, he got to dance on the roof. So if you got roof problems with a dancing grandpa on there, reach out to Robert Hanghold Construction. Have them come out and take a look at the roof, siding, windows, decks, all that for the #1 contractor in the area. Give them a call at 610-348-1066 to get your free estimate, or check them out on Facebook at Robert Hanghold Construction.
I'm going to assume, Melissa, you really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, she knows every part from beginning to end. And she's right. Billy Zane's character, Cal Hockley, I think it was, collected the insurance money, but then he ended up losing it in the Great Wall Street crash of whatever year it was. And then, as she said, he unalived himself.
I remember going
Melissa
to see
loved
that.
this movie. Not Fuzz. How much do you love this movie?
I've seen this movie a lot of times, and my kids watch because every time it's on TV, I put it on. I leave it on. There's nothing else on TV. There's not a sporting event on.
I saw it. I saw this movie exactly one time. Exactly one time in the theater. I remember seeing it at GCC Northeast. So we're Northeast Philly podcast. And I remember going.
Is that the one on Grant?
The one on Grant.
That's where I saw Frozen. I'll tell you right now. That's where I saw Frozen, where I came out to the Snow Bowl in 2013.
And yeah, I think that might have been the last year it was open, too. However, I remember. Do you remember how the back of the theater there was like kind of like a huge walkway in all of them? It was just like a big kind of like area.
Dude, I was there one time. It was
All
in
right.
2013.
Okay.
I went to AMC Orleans.
I went to a lot of movies there in Orleans, both of them. However, I got up and I walked to the back while the Rose thing and the Jack thing and the door and the because I started hearing all of this crying in the theater. It was just like sobbing, It was oh my God, right, and I started cracking up at all of the people crying. I had to go to the back because I was laughing so hard. It was so funny. It was so worth it. I've only seen it one time, but watching people cry from Titanic was probably one of the funniest unintentional comedies of all time.
All right. I can tell you 2 times that I laughed at people crying. One was Armageddon. And it wasn't like, and this one wasn't like an intentional laugh. I was in the movie theater. I want to say it was 2003, and it was the Passion of the Christ. And I turned around and everybody is in like tears, and I'm like, guys, we know what happens. There's no alternate ending. Like
that movie. It wasn't there.
My wife says I sound like a chipmunk.
It's because you still do.
There are some movies we can all do that with. We can all walk you line by line. Titanic is not going to be one. Let me see. Let me go back to our list of movies.
Well, you were talking about
here.
where you saw the movie and how Northeast Philly people know these theaters. You know who probably doesn't know them? The Delco people. But they have decals by Aaron down on Delco for all your Delco needs. T-shirts, banners, looks like some Stanley Cups, all that good stuff with Delco on there. So go to Delco, go decalsbyaaron.com for all your Delco products and merchandise. Your number one spot for everything Delco. We need to get a Northeast Philly one. Like, we need somebody to sponsor us for Northeast Philly. We can't. I can't keep reading Delco stuff. It's like listening to you guys talk about Star Wars. Like, it's just mind numbing that I got to keep saying that word. That
You brought up a villain from Field of Dreams.
Oh,
right, and we still don't. You still haven't proved this child's innocence. So, I don't. All right, gentlemen. Let's wrap it up here. JV, you want to take us out?
All right. Make sure you check us out if you're not already on youtube.com/ at Old City Sports Network 4787. That's OLDE City Sports Network 4787. Or check us out on OCSN. Sorry, I said that wrong. Check out the OCSN podcast, articles, and more on oldcitysports.com. Yours truly will be writing some articles for the Phillies. So Keith and Fuzz and myself will be writing some Phillies articles, writing some Eagles articles for Phillies for the Philly podcast. And check us out on Hall of Fame Club podcast and some of the other ones. Let me be frank. The Living Room Show,
Second and 15.
bunch of great shows. The Second and 15, bunch of great shows on the Old City Sports Network. .com. So check us out there. Other than that, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. We got to work out the exact schedule, but we'll see you again shortly. What are we doing next time? What do we want to do? Obscure movies?
We'll tweet it out what we're doing.
We're going to move into the TV realm, right?
All right.
You want to do that?
Let's do that. We'll go into TV.
All right. So next categories, we're just going to do TVs. Maybe we'll do we'll draft top 10 80 shows.
All right. So there you have
We're
it.
going to be able to do 10. That's a lot of shows.
You're effing nuts, dude. I watched so much TV in the 80s. That includes cartoons, The evening soap operas you had. Stop.
Daytime
There's-
soap operas.
Yeah, like I'm talking. You guys are nuts. There was so much good stuff on TV in the '80s. So if you can't do that, your parents loved you more because I got sat in front of a TV.
Yeah, I got sent
Uh,
outside, so this one's going to be hard for me.
Yeah. No, they let me have a TV in my room, so I'm cool.
If it wasn't a John Wayne Western, I probably didn't watch it.
You'll go back, you'll research, do your work. I can name 10 off the top of my head that you're like, absolutely. So pick them out. And on that note, we're going to leave you out with with this video.
That is one big pile of shit.